実はこの館には面白い衣装がたくさんあるんですよ。つい最近着きましたのがトランプさん、それからエルビス・プレスリーがありますよね。外国の政治家とかね、日本の政治家、それから歌手、相撲の方、お笑い系の方のね名前は結構ありますね。珍しい顔の石を集めて陳列してます。
In Chichibu, Japan, just 2 hours outside Tokyo, lies a museum unlike any other.
こんにちは。
For the past 27 years, Yoshiko has been the owner of the only museum in the entire world dedicated to human faces found within rocks. More than just being the backbone of a museum, the rocks have long held a special place in Yoshiko's family history.
私の父が集めた石を40代から始まって90まで。ところがある時人面石のとても変わったのが来ましてね、それでやみつきになって今度は人面石に移ってしまったんです。私の出資してるのはまだ亡くなってからなんですよね。あんまりたくさんに集まりましたのでね、それを公開してるわけなんですよね。全部で人面石だけでも1000個ぐらいはありますね。
And the collection is constantly expanding. Yoshiko routinely goes out to the local river, searching for new rocks for the collection, just as her father had.
この石を集めるには本当に地道に歩くことです。どんどん歩いちゃうと見つからないですよね。だから少しずつこんな風な格好をして集めてましたね。人面石を見つけるのには目と口です。あんまり目がこんなに離れたりね、口がこんな風になったりしてたんじゃちょっとまずいでしょ。だから鼻があればもっといいんですけど、なかなかそこまでは揃わないですね。目と口があればまあ OK っていうことですけどね。
Yoshiko Hayama goes to great lengths to collect new rocks, but she's not the only one. People all around the world send in new rocks. The dedicated few even make the trek all the way to rural Japan to see these one-of-a-kind rocks for themselves.
割合といろいろおいでになりますね。よくこんなとこ遠いところ来てくれますよね。人面石集めてる方はいらっしゃるのはいらっしゃると思いますけれども、うちのように大々的にやってる方はまあないと思いますね。なるべく私はね、父の思いを受け継いで長くあそこで珍石館をやっていきたいと思ってます。
Strong Museum in Rochester, New York is also known as the National Museum of Play. More than 500,000 objects are here. My name is Chris Bench. I'm Vice President for Collections at the museum and its Chief Curator. Our collections are divided by category, and here are some of the people who are responsible for them. Nicholas Ricketts is Curator of Board Games.
In our collection, we have around 10,000 board games, and it parallels essentially American history since the Revolution. When you think in terms of games, they all tend to represent the eras in which they were created. It's a different way of getting into the mindset of people who lived 100 years ago.
There's Michelle Parnett-Dwyer, Curator of Dolls.
In this collection, we have more than 15,000 dolls, and it spans from the 18th century to present day. Dolls are special because of the way that we connect with them. We project ourselves, our hobbies, our interests, our values towards others. When we look at the history of dolls and how we played with them, it shows that we connect to people from the past in ways that we might not have expected.
Martin Reinhardt, Head of Pinball and Arcade Game Collections.
We have over 250 arcade machines and over 100 pinball machines in the collection. pinball is real. You can feel the way the game plays, you can feel the way the game moves as you're playing it. It's just in my nature to keep these machines going. They were made to last 5 years in a commercial environment, and the fact that we have games that are 30, 40, 50, 60 years old is amazing to me.
So I'm curator responsible for general toys, things like action figures and yo-yos. This collection has more than 70,000 objects. Toys always reflect what's going on in the world around them. When it's economic boom times, construction toys are big. When the US is at war, we see all sorts of military and war toys. The toy collection is a wonderful example of how times have changed and people have changed over the years. Play is really important. It's an integral part to who we are as human beings. Only by understanding how play has stayed the same and, more importantly, changed over the years can we understand how we've developed as people and how we've played over the centuries.
In Guanajuato, Mexico, there is a museum filled entirely with mummies.
Mi nombre es Paloma Robles Lacayo y soy la directora del Museo de las Momias de Guanajuato. El Museo de las Momias de Guanajuato es un recinto sagrado que exhibe una colección de momias naturales.
With 117 bodies in total, the museum has the largest collection of natural mummies in the world. The mummies are the well-preserved remains of people who died during a cholera outbreak in Mexico in the 1800s. The museum is a haunting and eerie experience for visitors, an opportunity to stare death in the face.
Vienen a buscar esa experiencia íntima, ese encuentro místico con la muerte, que propicia la reflexión en torno a la intensidad de su propia vida y el sentido de la misma. Es importante que las personas no le tengan miedo a la muerte y al contrario, lo vean como un fenómeno natural, como una transición inevitable de su existencia, porque finalmente se van a encontrar con ella.
Some of the greatest works of art are just beneath the waves. Standing in just 25 feet of water off the coast of CANCUN, Mexico, the Museo Subacuático de Arte is both a monument to human creativity and the natural beauty of the Caribbean reef ecosystem. The museum is a vast collection of underwater galleries with over 500 sculptures, many focused on themes of human interaction and impact on the environment. The marine park where the museum is located is one of the most visited stretches of water in the world. With nearly 800,000 visitors each year, immense pressure is placed on the native reef ecosystem. That's why every sculpture is made from cement suitable for the growth of coral, seaweed, and algae. The many holes in the sculptures make perfect homes for marine wildlife to colonize and feed off the coral. The hope is that as nature continues to colonize these statues, they will transform into massive reefs, unrecognizable for what they once were. And it's also attractive to humans. It has become one of the most popular dive locations in the area, hopefully signaling a more prosperous relationship between man and nature.
In Spring Green, Wisconsin, there is a house on a rock. But it is so much more than that. Inside, it is home to many bizarre and incredible collections. There's a room of self-playing instruments, an infinity room, a giant squid attacking a whale, and some nightmare-inducing dolls. It seems like a really strange museum, and that's because...
No. It appears to be a museum because it is housing antiques, it's housing all kinds of memorabilia and things from a different era. It's more of a place to just enjoy.
So, What is House on the Rock?
The House on the Rock to me is a magical complex. It's an all-around sensory explosion.
It was made by Alex Jordan, who was an architect?
Not at all, not at all. He is not a trained man. He's just a man of great vision.
Maybe not an architect, but an evident hoarder. Alex Jordan, with the help of his friends, built the House on the Rock in the 40s and opened it to the public in the 60s. His collections of antiques and junk, new items and old, real and quite obviously fake, have no central theme or apparent reason for being there, and maybe that's part of its charm. There are some pretty incredible things, including a huge, unrideable carousel.
269 different animals, not one of them is a horse.
Really?
Yes, the horses adorn the walls.
Of course they do.
You know, every time you turn the corner here, it's a different thing and it's a different wow, and you don't know what to expect.
One man's trash is another man's roadside tourist attraction.
It's very different from every other collection in the world. And if you're a collector at heart, you can't really stop. My name is Hjörtur Sigurðsson. I'm the curator and owner of the Icelandic Phallological Museum. My father was giving a dried bull penis a pistol back in 1974 as a joke, and that somehow sparked the idea, you know, to start collect these things. All the lights are made from scrotum skins. Right now we have 285 different specimens. It's still growing, the collection. We get maybe 3 to 5 every year. The most fascinating thing is the diversity. There are huge differences in size, shapes, color, etc. Here is the biggest specimens we have is a sperm whale. It's about 70 kilos, maybe 150 pounds. And here is one of my favorites, the walrus one. The hardest to get was the human one, no question about that. He was 95 when he died, so the specimen is a bit shrunken, you know. It's what age does to people, you know, everything shrinks. But we're hopeful we'll get a better example soon. People say, you know, they are just happy because they realize that there's nothing lewd here, there's no pornography. It's just, you know, education and fun.